Welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. I'm your host, the Innkeeper, and this is about to be an interview with some of the cast of The Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. If you are a fan of The Wheel of Time and have been watching anything about this, a news ad that's come out over the last 2 years, you will immediately recognize my three guests today. Please join me at your homes watching this virtually. You know, you can clap there. We'll all kind of imagine it. But please help me welcome to the Dusty Wheel Daniel Henney, who plays Lan Mandragoran, and also Madeleine Madden, who plays Egwene Alvir, and Zoë Robins, who plays Nynaeve Almira. How are you all doing?
Great, thank you.
We're doing very well.
So I got to know, are you ready for this show to premiere on November 19th? Are you ready for this?
No, it's it kind of feels like, you know, you have like your kids in the playground and they're safe in this little shell, and now finally the doors are open and they're walking outside for the first time. So it's really exciting, but it's nerve-wracking as well.
Yeah, I feel that. Zoe, Madeline, are you guys ready for this?
I think yes. I think in the probably the past couple of months, I've been feeling really ready for it to come out. You know, we've been feeling all of your excitement, which has just been really energizing and has really spurred us on, you know, with filming season 2. So I'm just really excited for everyone to see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I think it's time for it to come out.
Time for it to come out.
This thing's still on.
I can't hear you guys. Similar to both Daniel and Maddie, I feel the same. I think we've had the gift of being able to work on it for the past 2 years, very secluded. It's been like our little baby, and it's been nice to just solely focus on the work. But I think we've done our bit, and it's definitely ready to be released. Yeah, it's very surreal.
Yeah.
It's absolutely surreal, just even from the fandom side, right? It's surreal for those of us. I mean, I've been reading these books for about 30 years of my life, and it's surreal to be in this moment with you. So thank you again for being here. Now, Daniel, I know, speaking of kind of getting ready for the show, you've spoken about kind of the physical demands of kind of portraying one of the greatest warriors, if not the greatest warrior in fantasy fiction. But outside of that, outside of the physical demands, no pressure, right? Outside of the physical demands, what's been the most unexpected challenge in embodying Lan?
Wow. I mean, the physical demands are definitely the toughest, but I think as an actor, I've really grown a lot with him, which is nice. I mean, he's taught me a lot. I think he's such a still character. He's very strong in his silence. He's not always sort of at the front of everything. You might see him in the background, like packing saddlebags, talking to a horse, or like just, he's kind of, I don't know, he's always kind of just comfortable in his own silence. And as an actor, you kind of want to perform, you want to add something if you feel like you want to do something. And playing Lan has really taught me just to be still and to work within that silence. It's really special. So I owe him a lot for that. I guess I owe Robert Jordan a lot for that.
Yeah, what a great thought. The challenge of being still. It's an interesting one. I love that.
The first time I've heard Daniel talk. So.
Yeah, I haven't actually spoke throughout the whole show. So a lot of times people were just they would tap me and I just go, mm-hmm.
Honestly, if you just fans would be like, that is so Lan right there. So
that's the problem. He's so silent. So
right.
When I finally do speak, I'm like, I got to make sure I'm doing it the right way.
Yeah, for sure. Zoe, people focus on Lan's physicality, and for your character, Nynaeve, they often focus on her braid. But it's her first fierce protective streak that's legendary, which from the few clips we've seen, you've captured very well. So I'm kind of curious, was that fierce protective streak something that you connected with personally when you became Nynaeve?
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually a mum. I have a 9-year-old boy. So I think what happened for me when I had him, there was like this intrinsic willingness to do anything and everything for him. So that's been a really easy way for me to tap into the way Nynaeve works and the way she feels about the other Two Rivers kids. So that was definitely helpful for me.
Yeah. Was there something that, are there other kind of similarities and differences where you saw coming in and playing Nynaeve that you recognized immediately might be more of a challenge for you?
I think the way she struggles with control and letting things go is definitely something that I've had to navigate over the last 2 years. I guess like we all have with the pandemic and the way that it's affected us all. I think there's been a lot of surprises. I've learned that I really enjoy anger. That's something that I haven't really allowed myself to feel so much as a woman, I guess, and it's been really therapeutic to let that thing out.
Why did she come out?
I love it. Now, I mean, for you, Madeleine, obviously there is a bit of there was a moment where you were up on a cliff. And to me, that looked challenging. You teased this out in a tweet. You said, I was actually pushed off. I mean, I think that was Zoe that did it, right? I was pushed off a 12-meter cliff. So that moment for fans was very Egwene, like just jumping into something, being thrown in this case. As you stood on that cliff with Zoe holding your arms, like, what were you thinking before that push?
Thinking Zoe gives a really good push. She really launched me. I think this was such a big moment for Egwene, and I had the option of having a wonderful stunt performer do it for me, and I was very adamant with our wonderful director Uta that I wanted to do this because it was such an important moment for Egwene, and it would just kill me to think that somebody else did this. This was the beginning of her initiation into the women's circle, and I felt like this was the beginning of my initiation into playing Egwene. And you get some kind of bragging rights as well, which is not so bad. Some bragging rights. But no, Zoe was really wonderful. I mean, there's a lovely video actually, which when the show comes out, we can post one day of. Zoe kind of just cuddling me and like talking in my ear and making sure I'm okay, and then just launching me off. Tough love, yeah. But it was a really important moment, and I think that was something that I remember reading the script. I was like, okay, I'll surely be in a studio. No, was not in a studio. When I saw the call sheet of Slovenia Cliff, I was like, okay, this is happening. Rafe Judkins hates me. No, it was a very, very special moment for me and the character.
Was that the most challenging aspect of bringing Egwene to life, or maybe what has been, it was jumping off of cliff, or where have the challenges been for you, I guess, for Egwene?
Yeah, I think one of the initial challenges in the development stage of finding Egwene was literally finding her voice. We have an amazing dialect coach, life coach, everything, counselor, coach called Naomi Todd, and she's been really important into finding the voices of all of our heroes. And I think, even just hearing how Egwene talks was really, really a defining moment. I think even sometimes if I haven't played her for a while, coming back, I've got to rewire and retune myself. But that was definitely a challenge. And of course, this job, I mean, I think Daniel can speak to this more than anyone, but the physical aspect of, the stunts, is just amazing, and I'm just in awe of what my co-stars have been doing. Like it's just insane that they can kill however many people, Trollocs, whatever, and give amazing performances at the same time. So it's there's a lot of challenges to it, but it's all what you want in a role.
That's awesome. Yeah, we definitely are seeing some of those challenges in the trailers when it comes to stunts. We can't wait to see it all the way through. I mean, speaking of stunts and challenges, you have 14 main books. I mean, fans have been reading these books for a long time. There's so much material. So, Daniel, I'm kind of curious. In one of your early Instagram discussions with fans, you were like, yeah, I've started the process of reading the books. And so outside of just the role itself, has there been something that's been really interesting to you personally from the Wheel of Time books? You have the Aes Sedai and Warders, but is there anything other aspect of the Wheel of Time that is compelling?
Well, this could just be because I'm getting older. I turned 40 season 1, and then 41 during COVID, and now a quiet 42 next month. And so you inevitably start to think about things after 40, which these two have no idea about, and it happens to everyone. You think about mortality, you think about life, and I think about, real time speaks to reincarnation and the idea of having birth, life, death, a rebirth, the sort of cyclical nature. And it's something that I'm not sure if it's directly from the Wheel of Time, but it's been on my mind a lot lately, just exploring that. So if anyone has any answers, by the way, my ears are wide open. I mean, I'd love to come back as a well-fed golden retriever someday. But no, I think that's what I take, because it's a beautiful thing to think about. And I think it leans into sort of Eastern philosophies, Buddhism, Hinduism. And it's something that is definitely affecting me as of late.
Yeah, I think rebirth is definitely on point for all of us that have been reading these books for a long time. Just the idea of what changes we might make in the future,
Right.
and if we were given the opportunity. Yeah, Robert Jordan definitely digs into that. I love that that is it kind of meant so much to you personally, as you've aged gracefully, of course.
We're holding on tight.
Exactly, I totally feel that. I'm right there with you. In my 40s, we'll just say that.
After you hit 40, it's just I'm in my 40s. That's all.
That's right. I'm in my 40s. It's good. When it comes to kind of a new birth of sorts, or a rebirth for you, Zoe, I'm just kind of curious. I know a lot of fans often ask or often want to know, what was it that made you or attracted you to this role initially and made you want to audition?
Honestly, I was terrified of her. She scared me. When I read her, I was like, how? Did you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's exciting for an actor, to be completely out of their comfort zone. But for someone like Nynaeve, who is so incredibly self-assured and forthright and confident and doesn't give a flying what other people think of her, it's so admirable. And back when I auditioned, I definitely wasn't kind of living in that headspace at all. So I was like, how could I even possibly attempt that? But the way the casting has worked out is that Rafe's a genius, and so is Kelly Hendry, our casting director. There's an essence of all of us in all of these characters, and I think for a lot of us, I mean me especially, I didn't realize until a few months in how similar I am to Nynaeve, and it's been a lovely journey.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy because amongst the three of us, there's a couple of us that have to have very good chemistry for certain reasons, and we hadn't met prior to this. I hadn't met the rest of the cast, and the way it's worked out, the chemistry is fantastic. So it's really a testament to Rafe and everyone else behind the scenes and how well they constructed this cast. It's really special.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, just honestly from a perspective of what we do here at the Dusty Wheel, talking about the news just weekly in a live format. It's been so fun to just discuss your careers. I in my head, I have favorites of the roles that you've all kind of played. there's one, I can't remember the name now, Zoe, but there's one where you played when you were at like a school that was like haunted or something when you were really young.
Oh, come on, what was it?
What was that?
Yeah.
Wow, you add to, man.
You got to go back and watch it.
No, you do not.
We're all doing on Friday night. Quiet
You
night
need to.
Halloween,
You need to.
and we're watching that.
Do we have a title for that?
Yeah, we'll get you the link after this. We'll send it to your reps. We're good.
I have something to do tonight.
No, but we've had a lot of fun kind of getting to know you in the sense of your roles you've played. And I know a lot of fans have just enjoyed this process along with you. Speaking back to Daniel's point, maybe to me as a parent and growing up, I read the books differently now. And I see these kids leaving, the two rivers, if you will. And as a parent, I'm like, wait, how could you let them leave, with Moraine? I mean, I don't know who this person is, but you can't leave. So I'm kind of curious for you, Madeleine, like as you've kind of gotten into Egwene's journey, into her boots, if you will, and seen kind of this journey through her eyes, like what advice would you give to Egwene as she ventures out into the world?
That's a really lovely question. It is. It's really lovely. Because I feel such a deep connection to Egwene, and I feel like I've really, like so many of us, feel like we've grown with these characters, and hold them very dear to our hearts. I think I would say to Egwene that, you have a real fire in your belly, and, keep fanning those flames, and don't let anyone try and put that fire out. And I think to really relish the happier moments as well, the moments you're with your friends and family, because life is going to throw some big Moraine Sedai-sized curveballs at you. And so I think really, really relish, those happy moments and the people that you really love in your life. And, I think she has she's an immensely strong moral compass. And I think a lot of the time Egwene follows that, and that generally leads her in the right direction. So it's kind of a bit of a three-point advice, I would say, but yeah, something along those lines.
But by the way, that's excellent parenting advice right there. I love it. That's you've seen, just as you've taken a journey as we do as parents, take a journey first when we leave our homes. It gets a little bit easier for us to understand kind of what our kids are about to go through. So I love that. I love that advice. Well, I want to say thank you once again. I want to let you all get back to your work. Thank you so much for being with us here. Yeah, absolutely. We can't wait, honestly. Maybe you've been able to tell. We can't wait until this journey begins. And with you, Daniel, to your point earlier, there's some trepidation, right? Like what's going to drop on November 19th, but I know how excited everyone is in chat. I haven't been able to look at chat at all. I'm sure it's just going to be like long list of people like, oh my gosh. So I can't wait to go back and check that out.
But can we just say, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, please do. Yeah.
Also, we want to say thank you to this amazing fan base. I mean, to have all of you as sort of it feels like just one big team, to be honest with you. Yeah. And we feel your love. We've had 2 years of this. We went through COVID. We've had ups, we've had downs, and we can honestly feel the love and support from all of you. And we're making the best possible show we can. And we're, knowing we have that support going to work, it helps us every night. We have long night shoots, early mornings, and knowing we have this amazing fan base supporting us is just, it's rare, and it really means the world to us. So thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, you've heard it. Everyone out there, hopefully you listen to that, or you get to watch this later on. I thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Hopefully we'll see you back here at the Dusty Wheel again in the future. And that being said, to everyone that's watching, we're going to take a short intermission once again. We'll be back to break down the trailer, continue this going. I think we got another, 8-9 hours in us. So let's make that happen here. It's going to be fun. So, like I said, a little intermission. Let me say goodbye to our guests, and we'll be back with you here shortly. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Just hit subscribe, and if you want to see more Wheel Time follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord. Can't wait to see you next Wednesday. No, it's terrible. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. The show at the Dusty Wheel. If you want to see more Wheel of Time content just like this, do us a favor and click that subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Instagram. We're all over the place. We'll see you next Wednesday.